This property is located next to the 13-kilometer Sai Khao village. It's across the street from the village head office in Mu 4 of Sai Khao village. If you walk westward toward the black road coming in from the Sai Khao market, you'll see a kitchen called Tipawan right across from the property. The plot of land across from that belongs to the owner. This is where the property starts. There's a red mark distinguishing the zones. If you continue walking, you'll reach an inclination. The area toward the right belongs to the villagers. There you'll see a black car parking. Toward the left-hand side is the road leading to the employer's property. This is the way up, cut out from the road. This point where the car turns leads to the fishing bridge. And this is the way to the property. The property aligns with the road. There's also a large banyan tree at the road opening, along with the traveler's tree. Filmed from the beginning of the land, there are several trees such as the benjapan, ton koi, the banyan, among several other kinds of trees. The trees are about 30 meters from the pier. The big banyan tree is on the way up. This way. This is the village in front of the housing project, with it the back tree, sometimes called the Intanin. Now I'm walking back up north, turning from the south toward the west and then northward. I'm now facing another direction from when I arrived. Returning, I'll go to a different direction. Observe the vine area. It's perfect for tying a hammock. Now look northward at the two big trees there. Instead, let's take a left. You'll see the sea towards the west. This spot is adjacent to the Andaman Port Private Company Limited. Now I'll take a boat from the Andaman Port. You can see the roof from below. Taking a photo from the Andaman Port, you could see the forest high above. I'm now walking on the land, also looking for mushrooms, but today there may not be any because the weather isn't cool enough. The mushrooms will sprout between the evenings of the 8th to the 15th. They'll sprout on the Buddhist holiday. If you want to find mushrooms, just remember to look between the evening of the 8th to 15th. But at this point, I'm getting a little tired because the area is so wide. Let's end the conversation right now and head back to the starting point. We're heading westward now. There are so many benjapan trees that I can't remember all their names, but I do know many of them. This is being filmed from the west back towards the east. I'll pan back now. Now I'm walking back up north. We're heading to where we take the boat. This is the beginning. This here is the Wa tree, while this is a big cat tree. Their circumference is so wide it takes the arm lengths of 2 people. To wrap around it. They're mammoth trees. If you look up, your hat will fall off. This dark tree is the hat tree. Its beautiful wood is very hard and consistent. Next to it is the wa tree. This tree is what they call the 7-layered redwood. The trunk of the tree will spiral upward naturally. If you use it to build columns in your house, it'd be beautiful. It would look outstanding. This is a building that our employer has built already. Here, the land project has slowed a bit. This is being taken from the southern coast. I'll show you the sea. And what you see there is the Kulong Mountain. There are tens of thousands of bats there. In the morning, the bats will fly back toward their cave. There's a cave on the island. During the evening time, the bats will fly out from the cave. The villagers like to come and watch. This here is the front where you can see the southern coast of the sea. In the distance, you'll see the Got Ngai Island, along with the Got Ma, Got Shuak, Got Gradan, the Emerald Cave, as well as the Bak Meng. If you look back toward the southeast, just above the Kulong Island, there are the Lanta group of islands. To reach there, you can take a speedboat for 20 minutes. But if you take a long-tail boat, the commute will take about an hour. If the boat goes a little faster, it'll take you 45 minutes. In a moment, I'll go over to film the view from the sea toward the land. Now I'm walking back westward toward the property. You'll see a big tree. In fact, these big trees are all over the property. They're all quite big. Now I'm walking west, observing both sides, the north and south. Now I'm walking westward. All the trees are really big. The trees alone are worth a lot. If you look through the trees, you'll see the ocean. The western coast is connected with Lanta Island. I'll walk around and show you more as the trees are in the way. They haven't been cut down or pruned. If they were pruned, we'd see the sea more clearly. There, what you see now is the sea. From here, I can see 360 degrees around me. And from the view here, there are several big trees. In a moment, I'll go down to take pictures with the boat. You'll see a clearer image from that perspective. For now, let's take a look from the inside. That long island that you see is the Got Lanta Island, as well as another long land by the line of the trees. This is the Talabeng Mountain. There are currently many tourists visiting the Talabeng Mountain. They come for canoeing. What you see here is another island. And now I'm standing in the center of the property. The fanned branches of the Samet Dang trees are lovely in the midst of palm trees. The soil here is in 100% good condition because during the mushroom season, the fungi will grow and villagers will come to pick them from this plot of land. The soil is fertile and the trees are complete. Now I'm taking you from the north to the south so you can see the sea from 3 directions. the north, south, and west. The east coincides with the villagers. This here is the yuchuk tree with Thai chestnuts. Villagers like to come up here to find things to eat during the season. The chestnuts will still be here for another 3 to 4 months. Here, these are the nuts. Thailand's chestnuts. As for this one, this is the wa tree that grows yuchuk or Thai plums. This forest area is connected to the property, but it's toward the east near the villagers. I'll take you to see the east side now. Actually, let's go south first. Here, this is likely the benjapan tree, with a few samit dang trees as well. Walking toward the center of the land, there are older palm trees planted by the previous owner. The palm trees are still growing and have been pruned beautifully. We've now reached the center of this plot of land that's more than 50 rai. Here you can see more palm trees. For landscaping, you wouldn't have to acquire any more trees because all these here are more than 100 years old. Walking over to this point, there's a cluster of samit dang trees in various shapes and sizes. Here they are. My employer really loves them. These branches can even be used to decorate hotels. Now I'm walking in the middle of the land. The vines here are lovely. Previously, this part used to be a rubber field. My boss had taken out the rubber trees to plant the benjapan trees instead. They've also been pruned. Now, the benjapan trees have grown big and tall. Here, I'll take you to see some samit dang with amazing branches now. Here, this is the wa tree with big leaves. It's very tall. This is the samit dang tree that's favored by the king. Up to the season, the lovely tree bears flowers and fruit. The white flowers blossom all over the tree. This here is a cluster of samit dang trees of various shapes and sizes. Look at this one. Its brushes are wonderful. So that's the samit dang. I'll pan from the trunk upward. Take a look, it's gorgeous. Looking up, that's the edge of the branch. Now over here is the northern part of the land. This is the Ban Ba Muang community. If the tree branches are pruned a bit, you can see the sea from all around, from the north, west, and south, 3 directions. In a helicopter facing the direction of the ocean, you'll see it in the shape of an oval hemisphere. At the cut, you'll see the ocean for about 1 kilometer in length. Let's go for a walk. Here is the non si tree, along with the Gong Gang Don tree. And the Samit Dang. There are many of them here with beautiful brushes. All these trees are truly big. Walking up here, the ground is even. It's not as steep as earlier. The ground you see is as even as above. And here, we meet another big tree with countless lovely brushes. There are just many trees all around this land. Now we've reached the top. The height from the ground below upward is about 15 meters, with many trees up top. There are big benjapan trees, along with large intanin ones. And enormous banyan trees as well. From this point looking back toward the village, you'll see the ocean and some village fishing enclosures. Here you'll also see a cat tree so tall it almost scrapes the sky. Up a little more are benjapan trees, along with dalang trees and another banyan with several other types. At this spot, you can see the ocean for 350 degrees. The shape of this property is like an egg half. You can see the ocean from 3 directions. Let's keep walking. That in front is the Andaman Port Pier. It blocks the front slightly. Past the pier is our property by the sea with a length of more than 500 meters. Taking a look from the outer sea area toward the bridgehead is about 50 meters away from the land. The wilderness that you see above is the property that spans more than 50 rai, where we just hiked up for photos and filming. Meanwhile, the outer perimeters connect with the ocean. On this side, that's the Got Si Rama Island, a small island toward the front. There's a bridgehead as well as a pier, a fishing bridge, and a communal area where people come for trading. It's a container fishing pier for products like rubber and even export goods. Take a look around from here. This is the front of the piece of land. There's a private beach, clear and beautiful. There are fishermen and their fishing boats. The coral reef is a beautiful scene, especially during the high season. This panoramic view is of the Pak Meng archipelago, with Got Muk and Got Lanta. Walking along the beach, this is the land's end. Observe the bush, the big rocks, beautiful, and this here is the front of the land. From the sea, we can see this land. There are plenty of trees. This archipelago panoramic view is very attractive for tourists. This is the pier near our piece of land belonging to Bo Muang Travel Company Limited. There's a daily commute schedule between Bo Muang and Phuket and Bo Muang and Li Pe. Here there's an abundance of fishing boats. There are also plenty of bats from the island. Tourists enjoy visiting them. And this point is where you can see the Lanta Island and Khao Tarabeng Mountain.